like any good. This one's best shared.
Okay, cool. That's nice. Not really a game that I'd be that. Only a Thunder from coming out on April.
Today we're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know to get started with trains in Satisfactory. We're going to be starting off with simple push-pull train setups, as well as multiple lane lines and signalling. If there is anything though that you feel that I have missed out, please do let me know in the comments below and I'll endeavour to cover that in one of the following videos. Now the next video that we're going to be doing following this will be one that covers junctions, train spirals and using blueprints to set up train lines, and then following that we will have a advanced train functions guide, such as dropping only 1 or 2 stacks of items comes off along a multiple station setup, and how to make use of multiple trains when transporting high throughput items so resource producers don't freeze up. As this guide will be in depth, do check out the timestamps below, as you may find some sections cover things you already know. So in this video we will be covering unlocking trains, better railway placement, resource transportation, train route priority, basic train circuits, basic push-pull circuits, dual line networks, and finally signalling. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Now firstly, as of 1.0's release, trains can be unlocked in tier 6 of the hub and require motors, encased industrial beams, steel beams, and steel pipes to unlock. You'll also want to grab railway signalling, which requires computers, steel pipes, and copper sheets, but we'll cover that a little later. Now once you have unlocked trains, you'll be able to set up your first railway to transport resources between locations, and we'll talk about when you want to use trains shortly as well. Now a basic train circuit connects two stations with a rail line and a train. This can be used for personal transportation, or if you add freight stations and freight carts, resources, whether that's liquids or solids. Now for a train to run along a line, the railway will need to be powered, which can be done by connecting one station along the line to a powered circuit. This means that the other train station or any other stations connected to this rail line will receive power, allowing you to connect the station to an unpowered facility in order to power it. Now once powered, you can enter a train and use W to accelerate, S to reverse, spacebar to brake, and the A and D keys to change the path direction of a rail line that splits into two or more paths. And probably more importantly, you can use the left mouse button to honk the horn. Now this is all well and good for personal travel, but if you're wanting to automate the rail line, you'll need to set out a route for the train to path to. To do this, enter the train, press Q, and then go to Edit Timetable. From here you can add train stations to the timetable and save the changes. The train will travel to the first train station and then the second one, and so on and so forth, and once it reaches the bottom of that schedule, it will start from the beginning again. At this point, you can then turn on self-drive. Now a quick note here, when you hover over the current timetable trains, you can press the little settings cog for advanced train functions, but again, I will be covering that in a follow-up video. For now, the basic settings will suffice. Other things to note at this point here is that you can change the train name by clicking the named section, and this can also be done at a train station as well, changing the station so that you can organize larger rail routes by telling you what is going to each station. For example, I might call one iron pickup or steel drop-off. Now that autopilot is set, the train will run the circuit continuously, providing that it can path to the next station. Now one important note is that the stations are directional, and for a train to automatically path into it, you'll need to travel into the flat edge of the station if you're looking from above, and it will leave via the curve section unless you're running a push-pull setup. Now before we cover the resource transportation, I do want to briefly cover the placing of tracks. Now track placement has been made a lot easier over the years, but it can still be a little bit finicky. So to place a railway line, grab the rail, click once to set the start point of the line, and then click a second time at the end point. Now, train lines have a maximum length, so you will likely have to place the rail in several sections. You can place the lines directly across terrain, but with the changes in height, I find it much easier to build a network on foundations. It's also easier to make clean curves, and personally I think it looks a lot cleaner as well. Now, to place a railway in a straight line, you'll want to hold control whilst placing the line to snap it into a straight mode. We then have train curves. Now, curves I find are always easier if you place bracing tracks first. Now, bracing tracks are the straight segments that you want the curve to connect to. This means that subsequent rails won't be slightly curved, causing a wibbly line. Here you can see I'm placing the curve between two straight points. This particular curve is almost the tightest curve that you can create in-game at the moment. And for this, all you need to do is place your starting point for the curve 3 foundations up and 2 to the side of where you want your endpoint to be. This is a simple 3x3 grid, and it really is easy to do. Just make sure that you've placed the straight sections first and then connect it up. Now that we know how to do curves, let's also talk ramps, as people often struggle with cleanly leveling off train lines. Now a train line can travel up or down a 2-meter ramp. However, it is possible to go slightly steeper by using a 2-meter ramp followed by a 4-meter ramp, and this creates a wobbly line if you place them directly onto a 2-meter and 4-meter. However, there is a solution to this. If you connect the bottom of the ramp with the top section using beams to create a flat incline, you can then add your rails directly to that, creating a slightly steeper incline for your trains. However, for all of these ramps, we will also want to use the bracer track system that we've used for the curves. For this, we're going to place the straight section leading towards the ramp, followed by a straight section on the ramp and a straight section at the top on the next flat surface. From here we can connect the lines up, but in order to avoid large gaps when connecting the sections, place the rail end of the flat sections closer to the ramp edge before connecting them. Now you may have to play around with this, adding smaller or larger sections of rail along the ramp, but it should be able to help you create a cleaner merging line without massive gaps in between the foundation and the rails. Now when placing stations, you'll need to start
Parts purchase confirmed. Promotion delayed by X times part value plus fix-it stock value. Milestone reached. Train signals placed on train rails can control and improve train behavior. This helps to avoid events where multiple trains attempt to occupy the same physical location. For information related to earlier train events, please refer to your employee non-disclosure agreement.
Train station, then add the freight station or empty platforms, followed by snapping the train lines to the end. Now it is important to note that you cannot have a rail split into several lines at the edge of a station. Instead, you'll need to place a piece of track, then split them up. And to split a line, you just need to use the same snapping point on the rail and drag the line into a different direction. And that should produce a second split, and you can do this numerous times. But with that in mind, let's cover resource transportation. By now, you'll know the locomotive is the engine of the train, and in order to transport resources, you'll need freight carts. These can be snapped to the locomotive, placing it on the track, and depending on what station the freight cart stops at, dictates whether they're liquid freights or solid freights. Now, in order for a station to load a train, you'll need to click on the individual freight stations and select load or unload, dictating the flow of products. When it comes to trains, a single locomotive can run 4 freight carts without it affecting the speed of the train. However, above this ratio, the train will take longer to speed up and slow down, which will affect the throughput of resources. To counter this, you can add extra locomotives, or you can just run more shorter trains. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that if you have more trains, you will need more block signals, which we're going to cover shortly. So now that we know how to use a freight train, when should we use them? Now, personally, I use them whenever I can because trains are cool. They look cool, they give a liveliness to your world. But generally speaking, the longer the distance, the more efficient they are at transporting goods. This is because it's easier to add more trains to a line when you need them, if they're running across the world, for example, rather than upgrading individually all of the conveyor lines. And then in comparison to vehicles, they rarely bug out. That is why I choose them in general for everything. Now, in some circumstances, you may want to pick up or drop off resources between multiple stations along a given route. For example, here we want the blue station to pick up the plastic from the train and the orange station to pick up the packaged fuel. In order to do this, we place an empty platform in the place where the freight cart is holding the fuel canisters on the plastic stations, and we place empty platforms for the plastic where we are dropping off the fuel canisters. Now, you can use the advanced functions in order to do this, which we'll cover in a later video, so that you don't need to use empty platforms. But for the sake of ease, this is the most basic and simple solution that works every time. Now that we've covered the functions for using trains, let's look at train route priority. Now, if you have a route where a train can take multiple routes between two stations, the train will always choose the most direct route that doesn't pass through another station. However, if there is a considerable difference between a path that doesn't pass through a station and a path that is shorter that does route through the station, then the trains will pass through the station in that circumstance. So a little something to bear in mind. And this is just to clarify, to do with the path distance, not the amount of signal blocks that are available on a given route, nor does a pathing signal dictate different routes for a train if one of the lanes is blocked. But don't worry, I will cover how to use those signals shortly. But first, we need to understand the different types of train circuit. In general, there are three types of circuit that you can use. A basic circuit, as you can see here, is linear, and in this, all the trains will flow in the same direction. Here, for example, our trains are flowing in a clockwise manner around the circuit. There are no crossing tracks, and some of these tracks may split or merge, but they all flow in the same direction. It is the same as all other circuits that I've shown in my examples so far, and this is done by ensuring each train station is placed facing the same direction as the flow of the trains. We then have the second type, which is the push-pull system. This setup is done by placing two stations facing opposite directions, along with two locomotives each facing the opposite direction as well. This is because the locomotive's direction has to flow with the direction of the train station. With this system, you can add more stations along the line, as long as the end stations are facing the opposite direction and the middle stations are flowing in the same direction as the locomotive between two stops in the train schedule. For example, this train can travel from station 1 to station 2 to station 3 and then back to station 1. And then it can continue the circuit because the train is traveling in the same direction as the next station. However, if you put the train station schedule to travel from station 1 to station 3 and then back to station 2, the train will get stuck at station 3 as it can't path into the second station, as the outbound train, the blue one, is facing the opposite direction as the middle station. And then we have the third circuit type, which is essentially two basic circuits which are placed alongside one another, running in different directions. This system allows for bi-directional travel by linking the two lines together, giving trains a lot more freedom. However, because there are multiple trains on a given circuit, this does mean that junctions can seize up when waiting for trains to pass through. But this can be alleviated by improving train junction design and better signaling, which will be coming up in the next train video soon. Speaking on train signals, let's talk about how to use signals and common signal problems. Now, a train, as you've seen, can run on a circuit without using signals. However, if there is more than one train on a circuit, you run the risk of them colliding, as they will only stop when they reach a train station. Now, a collision is pretty simple to fix. You just press E when you're looking at the track where the crash was, and the train will be placed back onto the track. And from there, you can jump into the train and turn on the automation again. But there's no point transporting resources by train if the trains aren't running. This is where signals come in. The block signal is used to break a circuit into multiple blocks and sense if a train is in a given block. If there is a train in the block signal will turn red, stopping other trains from entering that block until it is empty again. stopping those pesky collisions. Now we can place these block signals on any connecting segment of the track, or we can also create new segments by free placing the signal along the rail if the rail piece is long enough. And whilst you're placing these, if you want to change the direction of the block signal, you just need to use the mouse wheel, although sometimes you may have to just look at the other side of the track. Sometimes it bugs out a little bit. To see the blocks that you have on your circuit, just grab a signal, and then each block will be colored differently to the blocks next to it. In general, the more blocks a circuit has, the more trains can run in that particular circuit. Just remember, you'll need at least one extra block in a circuit to the number of trains you have, so that a train can travel into a free block to keep the flow of traffic. It's also important to note that if you have long trains that span multiple blocks, both blocks will be marked as filled until the train passes through. Another important aspect of signals is that they control the direction of travel, and this is denoted by the arrow facing the direction of the block signal. Now, a train will only pass by a block signal if it is on the right-hand side of the train, or if you have a block which is dedicated to two-way travel, which can be done by placing two block signals both facing opposite directions. It's important to note that the only signals you need to use for a working line are the block signals, as I'll show alongside some examples now. Now, in this setup, we have multiple block signals splitting the train line into 7 blocks. The trains are traveling around the circuit in a clockwise direction and only moving to the next block if the path is free, which we can show by placing a locomotive on this block here. Notice how the trains are now queuing, waiting for the locomotive to leave. If this happens, you will eventually get a warning flag up on your compass stating that trains are being held for an unusual amount of time. So just make sure you haven't left a train on the line causing that.
Yeah, I'm fucking lost. What the fuck? Really? It. Ja. Da rein.
Milestone reached. Pipelines and pipeline pumps can now be upgraded to Mark II. They are like Mark I, but better. Pipes seem to be objects of fascination to humans. In fact, there are recorded instances of humans doing nothing but thinking about pipes for hours.
Kitty.
Hey, whoa, dear. Yep. Cat is back. Can I make computers myself?
All your catchy like this? Or some of the go zoom?
This one also does zoom sometimes. Yesterday she had poop on her butt, then she rubbed it off, and then she zoomed.
LOL.
Fucking cats. Okay, how do I make computers? Computers. Oh, I can make it with a crafting bench. Easy. Where's my crafting bench? Computer. Wait. Huh? Why can I not make computers? Ah. Weird. Did I type it wrong? Need 100. Don't have 100 right now. I think I need more plastic. I think I'm gonna hunt some more hard drives.
In game or real life?
In game. You get those hard drives and then go to here and then you research items. Okay. Yeah. Let's see where we're going. There is one left to here. No, I think I have that one. 5 modular frames. Yeah. Then, right up here, need 10 turbo motors. Do I have those? I have 11. Perfect. Okay, let's go. It's right here. Let's go! It's gonna take a while. So what, dear? How was your day?
good,
Nice.
but EP.
But EP? Why is that? What happened?
I slept only like 5 hours.
Oh. That's not good. But I didn't have much more, to be honest. Wait, what the hell is this? Ah, okay. Do you like orange juice?
Yesterday when I'm going to sleep, a picture of Recombinator and Idol pop up in my head.
What the fuck? Recently me and girlfriend...
WTF, I got PTSD from this shit.
Yep. Recently me and my girlfriend cleaned up our apartment. And I dreamed about her commanding me around how to clean up. Man, I must have the best balance. Okay. There's some radiation going on here. Hmm. Okay. Hope I don't die. Here I have some food. And let's go. Turbo. Okay, got it.
Fix-It always did underestimate the power of a single cosmic ray flipping the right bit at the wrong time.
Zip. Okay.
You can't make some radiation suit?
Oh, I can. But later. Or actually, I might. Hold on. I need to wait 2 minutes 30. But I think under mycelia. Maybe. I can make a gas mask. I can make this. And I think... must be under here. Let me check. I have mycelia? I don't. Shit, I need fungus somewhere. Not sure where I'm getting mycelia. Then I need mycelia. Okay. Put this hard drive. Then there are 3 on this side. Oh, I hear something. It's probably a slug. Or... Where is it? Huh? Ah,
Witness a single strand of the tapestry.
cool, huh?
Defile the scripture.
What that thing do?
I can build cool alien items. For example, this one here. Gonna build it now, but this. Where I can put items in there and then it uploads the items into my inventory. That's fucking cool, huh? That's pretty much the use for it.
Or like that one Minecraft mod?
Not sure, but yeah, never. I have like 10 hours in Minecraft. Ah, okay. Let's see. Basically, using those hard drives, you can unlock alternative recipes. Like, normally, rubber needs... Either you make it out of oil, crude oil, get rubber, or you make it out of polymer resin and water. But with this recipe, you can make it out of plastic and fuel. So whatever suits your needs, you can unlock this. This is very nice. I think this is a very good recipe here. This is pretty okay too. I think. Actually, I'm not sure. And this one is... I think it's okay too. Yeah, there are some cool recipes here. Okay. We're doing another one. It always takes 10 minutes. I think there's nothingness. You can just go down there. I would die. Okay. Where are we going? You know what? I'm not doing your nightmare fuel. But let's jump into Peewee for a moment. Don't worry, I'm not using recombinators. I'm still sort of farming mage blood,
LOL.
and I'm not sure what I want to build with it. Maybe I want a flicker? I don't know. Maybe just some quick bosser. But I'm really, really, really enjoying this cast when stunned tanky boy. It's so good. I would not have thought I'd have so much fun.
I'm just playing regular Settler League so I can experiment regular Atlas.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I really miss the Atlas. I have some really good characters on Settlers. Woodier. Looney! Why did this? You know what? I think I'm switching back to used Vulcan for a while.
I just use my energy shield stack LS.
Which one am I using? Ah. Yeah, it's strong, right? I think this loads way faster. Okay. Reflect fist damage. I should not do any fist
Damn, I
damage.
did not know Essence Farm is profitable like 30 divine per hour this league.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? I bought a couple of toxic sewer maps because with the idle setup, I'm not sustaining maps at all. Yeah, I love this build. Can't wait for Mage Blood.
I really wanna build that blow enemy up but have single target damage.
I really wanna build. Okay. Yeah, finding a combination for both is pretty rough, huh? In my opinion, on Settlers, I have a very, very good
But it's not starter league friendly.
Impale Cyclone. That one is dope.
I wanna try Blade Vortex Inquisitor but it's like 3 mia if want to be comfy.
Jesus. It's crazy, you can pretty much build anything in PoE.
You're not like pot 2 garbage ass.
Jesus. But I agree. I think PoE 1 is just in such a good spot. How can you ever make a better game?
I cannot do this yet.
Why am I getting ass beat so hard? What's going on?
We need more of this exile. A lot more.
True, it's like CSGO, already perfect game but the dev ruined it to CS2.
Yeah, weird move, huh? Why did they do that?
I hope Po2 got more Atlas mechanic that is not map related.
What do you mean? Oh, so like delve and shit?
Like Simulacrum.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I feel you. Where's my second slipper? I need to quickly gas out Luna. I need to get the laser and make her move her fat ass. One moment. She's meowing. She needs to not have breath to meow.
LOL fat cat.
Okay. She moved her fat ass a bit.
Love me some chunky cat.
Yeah, she's not too fat. Just mocking her. Protecting the amber tree, my build is really bad for that. Sometimes it works.
I cannot do
Alright,
this
let's
yet.
see what rewards we're getting in
I hope
Ultimatum.
you have enjoyed your brief.
Let's go.
Slay them amongst the flames. Best run. The flames race toward you. Shrapnel and shards abound. Fire always spreads. The Horde adapts. Be diminished. A sea of fire crashes upon your shores. The storm approaches.
I love this build.
Relentless assault.
And now I have like over 80% chance to double my ultimatum rewards.
Luck can only carry you so far.
This is nice.
Quickly, Nico, quickly. They're waiting.
Okay, last.
I wonder what build is that guy in Dev was this build.
The guy in Delph, the deep Delph boy, is playing a mana stacker. That has been the meta for a while now. It's very strong.
Stevesta Kindov, I think.
Yes. He's a German, by the way. Just like me, woo! Okay. See, too many good items here. Seeing shit.
More exile.
I'll do one more map, and then I think I have enough sulfite.
Cannot do this.
Or do you want to see how this character delves? I mean, it's pretty much the same gameplay still. If you want to see, you get good gold. Sorry, good money for a couple of the, what are they called? Fossils. Desecrated Vuln. Ugh.
You destroy that which you cannot control.
You are a welcome omen. You have been captured, beast.
Your series of victories will end here.
Good.
Your reach exceeds your grasp.
Oh, nice.
Avoid the miasma, if you can. Fire seeks what it will. You shall suffer your own bile.
You know Hero Siege?
Yeah, I heard of it.
I thought it was a new game. But it's 2014.
Whoa. Checking it right now. What is it called? The reviews are like mid.
Miasma.
Yeah, it's mixed reviews.
Hmm. Have you played it?
No, but I want to buy it.
Ah,
It's discount.
good. Yeah, 66%. That's $2 for me. 2.6564. That's not a lot.
Your arteries constrict. Shrapnel and shards abound.
Shit, man. Survival is the best, then I can just stand still and do nothing.
The flames race towards you.
I need water. And I need to entertain Luna again.
Inescapable.
But it sucks if I have to do this.
Relentless assault. This will not continue. I am unconcerned.
You are captured, stupid beast.
Right, what am I doing? Smugglers minor Isle of Smuggling. The hell?
I cannot do this yet.
The first ones look upon this capture with pride. You hunt well.
Oi! Over here. Risky choice. For the cowgirl!
I'm so happy when we have an Atlas tree again. I hate the idle system. I think it's retarded. And I think if they add this in PoE2, it's gonna make PoE2 even worse. Unless you can trade idols. In an auction house.
You have been captured, beast. You will be a survivor, or you will. This one is captured.
What the fuck is with the sound? Hey, Step Steve stuck in the mine.
We need more of this exile. A lot more.
Okay.
This one is captured. I now will take it.
I cannot do this yet.
Ah.
I cannot carry this. A curious choice. Chaos disdains predictability.
need more of this exile. A lot more.
Ready, exile? It is time to hunt! We will be best friends, Beast, until we slaughter you!
I cannot do this yet.
Good.
This trial will see your downfall. Cut straight to the heart of the matter. Slay them amongst the flames. Dance neither near nor far. The wind conspires with the flames. Flames beget more flames. A sea of fire crashes upon your shores. Faith and intellect burn alike. Our festering ring encroaches upon you. Choking vapors seek the living. A wall arises between you and victory. I suspect I'm being made a fool of. I cannot carry this. cannot do this yet.
This one is captured, and I will take it.
I cannot do this yet. Otsukohama.
25k RP in my country. But what is this class that you can buy though? I need to buy the class to purchase it. Yeah, you need to upbuild and idle, it's so exhausting.
Uh, 25k RP, is that good though? Is that a good price?
Good in my opinion.
Okay.
I cannot do this yet.
I think if I want to play Pod 2, I'm just gonna make FK Simulacrum build.
Yeah, right.
cannot do this yet.
Oh dear, I'm gonna go. I wish you a good night. Go play Hero Siege. See ya, dude.